pre-workout, post-workout, and during workout nutrition. That's what we're going to discuss in this video. Hey, how is it going? It is your muscle building coach, Lee Hayward. Today we are going to discuss workout nutrition. And does this even matter? And is it even going to have a big impact on you and your actual results in the gym? Depending on what you read and who you listen to and all that kind of stuff, you're going to hear different opinions when it comes to pre, post, and during workout nutrition. And it's not always that it's right, wrong, good, bad, whatever. It really depends on the individual. It depends on you, your situation, your workout routine, your eating plan, your goals, and it's not like a one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter approach. Just because somebody is doing it a certain way doesn't mean that you have to do it that way. You know, it's an individual thing. And that's what I want to cover now in this video, is to kind of take you through all the different scenarios so that you can decide whether or not you need pre, post, and during workout nutrition, and if it's going to have an impact in your own progress. Now, before we get into that, I just want to give a quick shout out to biltbar. And they've been kind enough to sponsor this video, and they are quickly becoming my new favorite protein bar. 18 different flavors made with whey protein isolate, and they taste absolutely delicious. Ideal for pre, post, and during workout nutrition, and I'm going to explain how I use that later in the video. But these taste absolutely amazing. I mean, I even give them to my 4-year-old son, and he loves them. I mean, this is our treat when it comes to like candy bars or sweet tooth cravings or whatever. I'm satisfying them with the Built Bar because they taste that good. I mean, it almost feels like you're cheating on your diet, but you're doing so with high quality protein, low sugar, low fat, a healthy option. So again, big thanks to Built Bar for sponsoring the video. And if you'd like to try them for yourself, then I got a coupon code where you can save 20%, LEEH20, and I have a link down in the description below. And I recommend you start with the variety pack just like I have here, because with 18 different flavors, you're going to want to try them all and see which ones are your favorite. All right, so first off, let's take somebody who's brand new to the gym, someone who's never worked out before, or maybe you're coming back to the gym after a layoff. In that situation, do you need any special pre-workout, post-workout, or during workout nutrition? Any supplements or any, special tricks to optimize the progress? Heck no! You gotta show up to the gym. That's all you need to do. Show up to the gym. Like, that's the hardest part of working out, is just get your butt into the door. Once your butt is in the door, the rest is easy. It's like coasting downhill. But that is the hardest part. And at the beginning stages, that's all you need to focus on, is being consistent with the workouts. You don't need any special nutrition strategies at this stage of the game. Now, when it comes to an intermediate, someone who's already been working out for a while, you're consistent with the gym and all that, do you need any special pre, post, and during workout nutrition at this stage? Probably not. And again, it really depends on you, your goals, and your situation. And I'll use myself as an example. Right now, I go to the gym and I do weight training 3 days a week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I show up to the gym and I do a weight training workout. And these workouts last usually about an hour long. That's on average. I mean, sometimes it might be a little longer, sometimes it might be a little shorter, depending on my schedule. But I typically do an hour of weight training 3 days a week. Now, do I need any special pre, post, during workout nutrition for those hour-long workouts? No, I don't. Because the way it is when I leave for the gym, I usually have my breakfast in the morning. And, depending on the situation, that could be like a bowl of oatmeal with a scoop of protein powder added into it. Might be a protein shake and a piece of fruit. Have a coffee to go along with that as well. But it's just something simple. That's my pre-workout meal, if you will. And I'll have that probably about an hour before I actually go to the gym. Once I'm at the gym, I'm usually just drinking water, keep myself hydrated while I'm working out. And then after the gym, I don't have any special ritual meal, like, I don't have my post-workout shake or anything like that. I just wait until my next solid food meal. So, I usually come home and just have my lunch, right? Whatever that may be. I usually focus on protein, veggies, and some complex carbohydrates with all my meals, but that's usually the way it is. So I don't really have a special, pre-workout, post-workout, or during workout if I'm only training for an hour. And the reason for that is because you're not really tapping into depleting the body. You know, if you're only training for an hour, you've got more than enough glycogen in your system to sustain that. And we don't burn as many calories doing weight training as a lot of people think. Like, I mean, you see this all the time. People say, well, it's leg day, so I got to load up on carbohydrates and I really got to fuel up because it's a big leg day. Reality is, when you're doing weight training in the gym, you're burning about 10 calories per set. Maybe less, but on average, let's just round it off. Let's just say you're doing 10 calories a set. If you're doing 20 sets, that's 200 calories. Like, that's not a lot. Seriously, like, you don't need to fuel up, right? You don't need to be slamming back, hundreds of grams of carbohydrates to overcompensate for a 200 calorie workout, right? Weight training does not burn as many calories as a lot of people think. Even if you factor in the whole afterburn effect that a lot of, the fitness gurus are promoting, saying, well, you do weight training and your metabolism is elevated for hours on end. Like, it's still not much. Like, even if you got a massive 50% afterburn effect, which is quite unlikely, but let's just err on the side of a massive afterburn. So you burn 200 calories in the gym and you get a massive 50% spike afterwards from the afterburn effect, you're burning a whopping 300 calories. 300 calories is not a lot. You look at some of the food labels and stuff like that, 300 calories is not a lot of calories. So you don't need any special pre, post, during workout nutrition if you're burning a few hundred calories. You don't. Now, what about advanced lifters? Competitive bodybuilders and athletes and people who are really pushing the limits. I mean, obviously they must need some special pre, post, and during workout nutrition. And again, it depends. It depends on their schedule, their training frequency, and what it is that they're actually doing. Again, if they're only doing a short workout, like, an hour in the gym, maybe doing 20 sets or less, they're burning a couple hundred calories. So it's not a lot of calories being burned. So you really don't need anything special there. And another question a lot of people ask is, well, what about the post-workout shake? What about that anabolic window? Like, will I lose all my gains if I don't have a post-workout shake? This was promoted heavily, back in the 80s and in the 90s when I started training. And I'm guilty of it. I did it back when I was a teenager. I mean, I used to have the protein shake, and I used to pour in dextrose in with it because I wanted to spike my insulin levels, and I wanted to get that fast-digesting protein and the fast-digesting carbohydrates. And after every workout, I would slam back this big, disgusting sugar protein shake, right? That's basically what it was. It was a sugar protein shake. And I mean, I didn't like it, but I used to slam it back because I was convinced, based on the media back in the day, that if I didn't have that post-workout shake within like 5 minutes of finishing my last set in the gym, that I was going to go catabolic and my gains were going to be pissed out the window and I'd miss my anabolic window and I wouldn't make any progress, right? The workout would be a total waste if I didn't slam back that high sugar protein shake after a workout. So that's what I did. I used to have it mixed up, ready to go in advance. Get all the nutrients shuttled into the muscles and, go anabolic and go beast mode and whatever else. And you know what it did? Is it caused me to gain a lot of body fat, right? That's something I found that when I was having those post-workout shakes, I mean, it canceled out whatever fat burning effects I was getting from the workouts, and I ended up getting quite fat from those post-workout shakes. So when I used to go on like a contest cutting diet to try and get lean for bodybuilding competitions, that was the first thing to go, was those post-workout shakes, and just cutting out the post-workout shake made a significant difference. I was able to actually burn body fat and get noticeably leaner. So the whole post-workout shake thing, kind of overrated for most people. The only time when that would actually play a role is if you are a high-performance athlete and you're doing multiple training sessions per day and you're focusing on performance and not body composition. So let me just give you an analogy. Like, let's just say a football player, he's doing a weight training workout in the morning and then he has a practice that afternoon. In the morning, he's doing his workout. After that workout, he wants to get some fast-digesting, protein, fast-digesting carbohydrates in his system to help speed up the recovery process, because in a few hours later, he's going to be on the field doing a practice. So he needs to be able to recover and handle multiple training sessions per day. Like, some people are doing twice a day, 3 times a day, or whatever, depending on what it is they're focusing on. Again, there could be like a strength and conditioning workout there. There could be skills practice. There could be mobility work. There could be cardio and endurance work in there. I mean, like, depending on the athlete and the sport, very often athletes are doing multiple sessions per day. And in those situations, having optimal pre, post, and during workout nutrition to speed up the recovery process does make a difference. But for the average guy who's hitting the gym like 3 days a week, or every other day, something like that, you don't need it, because you will have plenty of time in between your workouts for your regular meals will replenish and refuel and restore your glycogen levels and allow you to recover and be ready to go for your next workout. Another analogy I want to share with you is, let's look at a race car. Like if you're a racing fan, like Formula One or NASCAR or something like this will make sense to you. When you're watching racing, right? Let's just say we have a Formula One driver and he pulls into pit lane. I mean, they have high-speed fuel pumps to pump the fuel into the car as fast as possible. They have it set up, such a streamlined system to fuel up that car, to change the tires, and get that driver back out on the racetrack as fast as physically possible, because every second that they waste in pit lane is time that's taken away from their performance out on the track and could potentially cost them the race. Winning and losing could happen in pit lane. Now, look at you when you pull into the gas station with your car. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to fill up your car. Like if it took you 30 seconds or 2 minutes or 5 minutes, or does it really matter? In the greater scheme of things, no. When you take your car to the garage to change the tires, does it matter how long it takes to change the tires? Like if it took a half an hour, or heck, if it took all afternoon, right? And you had to pick your car up later in the day. Does it really matter in the greater scheme of things? I mean, it might be a bit of an inconvenience for your schedule, but in the greater scheme of things, no, it doesn't have any impact on your performance or your ability to drive the car. Nothing's at stake, right? When you're looking at your daily driver compared to a race car and driver. And the same thing applies when it comes to pre and post-workout nutrition. High performance athletes, they need every slight edge they can get, because winning and losing can come down to small stuff in terms of strength and power sports. I mean, 1 kilogram could mean, the difference between a world record. In the case of racing and performance sports, fractions of a second separate the winners and the losers. So in those situations, every slight edge can make a difference. And that's where pre, post, and during workout nutrition can really come into play. But for the average person who's just going to the gym to, lose the gut, get in shape, and feel healthy, it's not that big a deal. You don't need to stress yourself out over nutrition timing and getting it down to the exact second, and oh shoot, I'm going to miss my post-workout anabolic window if I don't gulp down this shake, within 30 seconds after my last set, or whatever. It's just like the analogy of driving your car to the gas station. Does it matter how long it takes you to fill up your car? No. As long as you fill up the car, it's going to work, right? Same with you and your workouts. As long as you're eating adequate food, you're meeting your caloric and your nutrient needs, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get that in you, right? I mean, if you're working out 3 days a week, you've got 48 hours between workouts to refuel before your next training session. So it's not going to make that big of a difference. Now, as I mentioned, when it comes to weight training workouts, you're not burning a lot of calories. On average, 10 calories a set. So unless you're doing some ridiculously high volume workout, you're not burning a lot of calories. But where you do burn a lot of calories is with cardiovascular training. I mean, it could be like someone training for a marathon. It could be like a long distance cyclist, or someone even just a weekend warrior going out for a hiking trip. Or maybe you're into skiing, whether it's cross country or downhill, and you're spending a day out skiing or something like that. When you're doing long duration cardio workouts, this is where you burn massive amounts of calories. I mean, I did a bicycle ride the other day. It was a 60-kilometer ride, and I was gone for about 3 hours. And over the course of that ride, I burnt almost 2,000 calories. Right, in that bicycle ride. So I mean, that is a lot of calories. Compare that to a 200-calorie gym workout, a 2,000-calorie bike ride, a lot different. So in situations like that, that's where having during workout nutrition and optimal pre-workout nutrition can really come into play. Because obviously you want to fuel up before to make sure that you have the glycogen in your system and the energy to burn to sustain you through that workout. But even on the halfway mark, as your glycogen levels are starting to get depleted, that's when you need to top them up during the workout. And very often what I do is I'll take protein bars with me or energy bars, and this makes a huge difference because it's quick, it's convenient. I mean, it's something small. I can just pack it in my pocket or in my little saddlebag that I carry on my bicycle. I mean, they're so quick and convenient, but they provide you with that nutrition that you need, the protein, the carbohydrates, and just the energy that you need to sustain your exercise performance. And I've tried it in the past where I've went long rides with no nutrition whatsoever, thinking that, hey, I'm going to tap into burning more body fat if I don't have anything. and it was just a nightmare, because what happens is once you deplete your glycogen stores, and this is usually for rides that are lasting over an hour. I mean, if it's an hour or less, big deal, right? It's the same applies with the weight training. But once you start stretching out into 2 hours and then 3 hours or longer, that's when having some during workout nutrition really comes into play, because that's going to sustain your energy in the later half of that exercise session. And if you don't have it, you'll very often, what happens is you will bonk. And this is a term they use in endurance sports, is known as bonking. And basically what it means is you've depleted your glycogen stores. So you've depleted your liver glycogen and your muscle glycogen, and now you're like running on empty, right? You have no blood sugar left in the system to use for energy, and you just feel like blah, like you got no energy. You start going dizzy. I mean, your muscle strength is just down the toilet. So if you want to maintain high levels of exercise performance over the course of a long duration workout, you need to have some during workout nutrition. And again, I'm a big fan of protein bars and energy bars, because one, they're so quick and convenient. They're so small. I mean, you can pack them in your pocket or in your, if you got a saddlebag on your bike or whatever, you can pack them there, and that's what I do. I always take a couple of protein bars with me when I go on a ride. Another one that's a big one as well, especially for long duration exercise, is having some electrolytes. So very often what I'll do is in my water bottle, I will mix up an electrolyte mix. You want to get some sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, like all that stuff there, because as you're sweating, you're not just sweating out water, you're sweating out electrolytes. And if you don't replenish those electrolytes, especially the sodium, very often you'll feel low energy, you'll feel lightheaded, dizzy, and you will even have muscle cramps, right? So I mean, that's a big thing. If you find that you're cramping up during your workouts, getting those Charlie horse cramps where your muscles just lock up, very often the root cause of that is an electrolyte imbalance. So bumping up your intake of sodium, bumping up your intake of magnesium, potassium, and calcium can make a big difference when it comes to minimizing those muscle cramps and improving your overall athletic performance. So what I want you to do now is look at where you fall into these categories. Again, if you're a beginner just getting started, don't even worry about it. Like, focus on the consistency in the gym at that stage. Don't bog yourself down with unnecessary details of pre, during, and post-workout nutrition, because it's not applicable yet. If you are more advanced with your training and you're really pushing the limits with high intensity workouts, even if they're short workouts, like say an hour or less, you might want to focus on the pre and post workout nutrition to help optimize the performance. So, making sure that you get a good pre-workout meal in there, having some caffeine or some sort of energy boost to get you through the training session, and then afterwards, make sure that you follow that up with a good post-workout meal to ensure that you're providing your body with the fuel that it needs for adequate growth and recovery. Now, if you are doing the long duration workouts, long duration cardio, or if you are an athlete who is doing multiple training sessions per day, then this is where during workout nutrition can really come into play. And again, if you're looking for a quick and convenient source of pre, during, or post-workout nutrition, make sure to check out the Built Bars, right? I mentioned these earlier, but these are hands down my favorite protein bar now, because one, they're high in protein and good quality protein. It's whey protein isolate. That's what you're getting here. And it's low in fat. This is something, a lot of protein bars are very high in fat. And fat, while it has its benefits, it's not ideal for pre, during, or post-workout nutrition, because fat slows digestion. So you want to focus on low fat, good quality protein, and good quality carbohydrates. And again, it is an equal ratio of protein and carbohydrate. So it's a true protein bar. It's not a sugar bar, right? Like a lot of the protein bars out there, there's more sugar than protein. Not in this case. There's actually more protein than sugar. So you're getting good quality protein, good quality carbohydrates, and it's low in fat. So it makes for an awesome pre, post, or during workout snack. So again, this is what I take with me when I'm going on long bike rides, or I need like a quick little shot of something before the gym, feeling a bit peckish and hungry. Take that. Or if you want a post-workout, you can have it as a post-workout as well. So again, check out the Built Bars. I have a coupon code if you want. You can save some money in the process. LeeH20 down in the comments below. There'll be a link in the coupon code. So again, check that out down there. And in the meantime, I'll be talking to you in my next video coming soon. Take care. Over and out. It is peanut butter brownie. Do you like peanut butter brownie? Yeah. Here, got some? Oh wow, that is really good, isn't it? are so chewy and it's soft. There's a lot of flavor to it. I can taste the peanut in there. You want another little bite? It's good. You know what protein gives you, Harvey?
Muscle!
Yeah, protein gives you muscles. It's a healthy chocolate bar. Yum! Show us your muscles. Whoa! So there you go. Built bars are Harvey approved.
Biltbar, yeah.